Hey there guys, TheMrTrails here. I did want to talk about the Phaelanx Dauntless trial today, since this kind of wraps up our series going over the Dauntless trial changes, as the Phaelanx trial remains the same with the Electrify and Inferno modifiers, so the final times for this trial should be quite similar, if not potentially faster. But even though we've gotten through the full cycle of these Dauntless trial changes, it doesn't mean that those are the final versions of all of these trials. From my understanding, it is a possibility that some of these trials will be tweaked in some way in the future. As there are a few trials, there was some negative feedback on what modifiers were there, and they said they would keep that feedback in mind for the future. If you ask me, they should make several different versions of each of the Dauntless trials, and then through each of the trials rotations, you activate a different version of that trial for each behemoth as we go through each cycle. So that way, each time you fight a particular Dauntless trial, it's not the exact same as the last one. A couple of behemoths that might really want this is like Karabak and Scrave. I think these trials have always had the Tough Hide modifier, if I'm not mistaken, so it'd probably be nice to have them not have Tough Hide one time, and if you still want Tough Hide in the rotation, then you can add it to some other behemoth. There are some trials where Warpike isn't too relevant, and it would be interesting to see if adding Tough Hide to those trials would make it more relevant. And it would be interesting to see what weapons take over when Tough Hide is removed from a trial. Karabak trial would definitely be repeaters, but on Scrave trial, Hammer is already competitive with Pike, and that's with having a Tough Hide damage penalty. But I wonder if without Tough Hide, repeaters are a lot more capable on Scrave. But yeah, I've been saying for a while now they should do some type of rotation of modifiers on behemoths in addition to having the rotations of the behemoths. Phaelanx might not be different, but that doesn't mean all of the trials aren't going to change in some way. But something that might change here is what exactly gets the top spot. Will the Silver Sword end up taking a third week at top 1? Sword was number 1 in the last Phaelanx trial, so it is a possibility. Is the extra 300 HP for Revenant Tendrils just that good that it will be meta over the Frostwolf Sword all the time, even though the Frostwolf Sword still has that extra shield advantage? Honestly, it probably is that much better, and it means there should probably be a nerf to the Silver Sword at some point, because it was only available for a limited time, and any limited time item shouldn't be the number 1 option ever, especially considering how long the grind was to be able to get it in the first place, deterring most people from doing it. If you ask me, they should nerf it down to the level where they advertised it as in their blog post, because at that level it was like, okay, this is really unique, but it doesn't exactly break the game, and that's the level where it should be, and going forward, that's the level where any limited time item should be. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I have been Trevor. I go by TheMrTrails, and I will catch you guys next time.